Right, the job today is to show you how to save a small fortune on beer. That's the plan. I'm just going to show you how I do a homebrew. Just whenever I look at anything on the internet, I just find that complicated. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is to mix to start, because it is quite ridiculously easy to mix. And since I've got into homebrewing, I really haven't gone back. I find what we do is cheap, easy, quick, and I really enjoy it. Now, I'm just going to take this top off. Yeah, there we go. So when you open it, you'll find we're going to do an amber ale today. I've done Belgians. I always find the dark, well, not the dark ale, the amber ales are the best. So that's what we're going to do today. So when you open your can, you end up with the yeast on top. You want to take that off. Okay, it'll just be stuck to the top. Put it to the side. Okay, we're going to use that later. Now, we've sanitised our bucket. I sanitised it when I finished the last, so I don't need to do the tap. That's all good. And all we're going to do, we're going to fill this sink up with hot water. I've got pretty hot water at my house. Then I'm going to take myself a can opener and open the top. So that's what you get. You get like a treacle kind of mix. And we're going to just sit that in the hot water. So all we're doing is getting it warm. Just a little runnier. You don't have to do that. It's not a bad way to go. Now I'm going to get about 2 litres of water. Not hard, just tap water. And it's going to be hot water. Don't overthink the amounts. It's not that hard. About 2 litres is about right. Fill that up. I'm just going to pour it in the bottom here. That's it. Now in the old days, you used to have to measure out all the correct sugar amounts. Now they just sell you it in a bag. That's how easy it is. Like it blew me away how easy it is. Great. So what I do with your kit, you get your spoon. Okay. Generally, start stirring it and just pour it in slowly. Now I want to dissolve that so there's no lumps or anything like that. Give it a good stir. It's not difficult. Okay. I'll leave the spoon in there for the time being. What I might do is I'll add a little bit more water. So I've got a little bit more to mix the bottom syrup in. Alright. Make sure he's all mixed. Now I've had this sitting in here. Obviously there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can sit it in here. Sometimes you put a pot on the stove with a little bit of boiling water and put it in. Sometimes you just go with pouring it straight in, add hot water. So it's completely up to you what you wish to do. So what we're going to do is just take this You just add it slowly to your mix as you stir. Now the way I finish this off, because I don't boil it an awful long time, I find if you're too worried about boiling it becomes a problem. I just add a bit of hot water and I use the container to actually fill it up. So as I'm adding hot water here, I'm getting the last bits off the side, and I'll show you that in a second. So there we go, I'm filling him up a touch. And we add him in, continue to stir. So there you go, you can see the side. It's still got stuff in it, so I'll just do that again. Really nice and slowly, I'll slow the tap down. Let it really get in there. Get the sides off. The only thing you do have to watch about this sometimes is the tin gets a little warm. But overly, it's pretty good. We're going to continue to stir. A bit more. Just clean those sides with a little, really tiny stream of water that's really hot. Okay. That's what your mix will look like after you've added just the hot water. Lift you up a bit. So we've just stirred in the sugar, and we've also stirred in the syrup. I'll leave that there. Now the beauty about buying a tub is I know to have it fully done, I have to fill it up to there. Okay, and there's all marks on the side of this along with the thermometer. So we're just going to use cold water, fill it up to the top, switch the tap, let all the hot water run out. While I'm doing this, I'll just give you an idea of, say, price, okay? I reckon to make yourself 3 cartons of beer, about 3 cartons of beer, you're looking at a quarter of the price it would cost you to buy from the bottle shop. And of course the beauty is, because you're reusing bottles, you're eco-friendly, we are all looking after the environment. At least that's what, you know, you tell the wife or whoever you want to justify the fact that you're drinking too much alcohol too. But yeah, that's the beauty of it, is you save a bundle and it's fun, it's easy, and I'll show you my general little setup at the end. So all I'm doing now, I'm just filling to there. I don't know what I'll do, I'll probably fast forward just a little bit in the video, so enjoy. We're filled up to this line. Okay, you'll see on the side there is a thermometer. Okay, right now it's showing 34 degrees, which is too hot. So don't put your yeast in until it's below 28. Only when it goes below 28 do you want to put any kind of yeast in, because otherwise what happens is you'll kill the yeast. So make sure it gets below 28. degrees. And I'm talking Celsius, I'm not in Fahrenheit or anything like that. It's just not the way I operate. So I'm going to show you a little trick I've got for that. What I generally do is the night before, okay, I put a block of ice into the freezer in the Tupperware compartment. I will put that in there and that will cool it down quicker. You can hear it cracking away. So if I give that, probably 10 minutes, because of the temperature in that, it'll all dissolve and it'll bring that temperature right down to 28. Alright, so very quickly, I'll just give you a quick setup of the lid. Pretty easy, it just screws on. That's not a problem. Clean. Lovely. Okay. Now, you get this is an air gap. Well, it's an air valve. All you're going to do is you're going to put it into the top and put a tiny bit of water in. Okay, about that much is good. Be careful not to do too much. If it's too full, you won't hear it bubbling when it ferments. And sometimes you're not sure whether it's fermented or not. So I like to keep it low. And when you put it in the cupboard, you'll hear bloop, bloop, bloop. Means your beer's working. Alright, so the final thing we're going to check is just where it is on the scale. We're going to use one of these. Actually not sure what they're called, but it will give you a reading. What you do is you write down that reading, and then if you don't hear it bubbling, you can check that it's actually fermented. Okay. So with beer, you can see it's got there start, finish. It's pretty easy to use. Put it in your beer. That one there is sitting at about, about 40, which is about right. It's actually at about 32. So I'm just going to take note of that. Now we've let it all cool down, we're just going to add in your yeast, which is, very simply, I'm just going to sprinkle it lightly on top. Currently it's at 28, I wouldn't go much above 28. So I'm going to do a nice little sprinkle of the yeast. Okay. Give a little stir through. Smells beautiful too to use. And we add your lid. Okay. Now we'll move that into the pantry in a dark, cool area. Now that's going to sit there 5 to 7 days. After the 5th or 7th day, we're going to take it out and bottle it. That's simple. And I'll show you that, and that job's completely done. Alright, been 5 days, pushing 6. Let's see what's going on with it. Now I know that I actually don't need to check this to see whether it's fermented. And the reason being is I heard it going look the whole time. So that's all good, but I'll show you what we're doing with that anyway. We're using our, I don't know what it's called, floaty device. So, I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is exactly. I'm going to put a bit in. Spin it. Okay. Now, as we look at it, it's right up the top. So it's on finish. Starts down the bottom, finishes up the top. So it's showing that it has fermented and we're good to go to bottle. Now we've got everything where we need it. What we're going to do, we've got a little drip bowl here. I just do it on the countertop. Now it'll be different at your house. Put in your pipe. You get that with the kit. We're just going to loosen this off. Let a bit of air get in there. It makes it easier to pour. And this is where it gets really, really good. So we've sanitized the bottles in the sink, which was quite easy. And in the old days, you used to measure out with sugar, and it used to be really complicated. Now, you get these carbonated drops. You buy them from the store, and you go 2 in each bottle. So what I generally will do is I'll do an entire run all the way up. I won't do it for you now. And then I fill it up. So from the tap. This has a little valve down the bottom that it holds onto. Put your bottle in. And we're just filling our bottles. It's so easy. Once this is done, we'll put these again in in room temperature for about 7 days is what I generally do. Let it kick in, it'll carbonate it all and be nice, and then you're good to drink. That's it. Like and subscribe if you liked it, but when you get to the top, this is also makes it a lot easier. We now just have screw-on tops. So we're just going to screw on the lid and your bottle's done. No longer do we need the big punching machine. And honestly, just those little changes in the Homebrew, the measurements they've got, so you don't have to start messing around with sugars, and the screw tops and the plastic bottles, the little drops, makes Homebrew so easy. If you do something like this, you're going to save yourself, well, probably about $1,000 a year, and you'll always have beer on tap in the fridge, and you can be generous. And if you teach your wife how to do it, then it's even better, because she can come back and do it for you. All right, and I will hopefully see you on the next video, and you can watch it while you're having your Homebrew.